Okay, this is Ralph Eckert for Billiard Network. Welcome to our next tutorial. I guess it's already number 14, and this time it's about reference drills. I call it reference drill. I mean, they are pretty popular. I invented them like in the middle of 90s, and yeah, they were my favorite drills. So this is one version of it. There are a lot of versions because, as you see, we got 8 balls here in this difficulty level, which is a medium level, I would say so. But you can also set up like 5 balls there, 5 there, 6 there, 6 there, or 7 there and 7 there, and even make it more difficult with a blocking ball in the center. Or 6 balls there, 6 there, and 3 blocking balls in the center. So you can have variations, and of course also easier, right? Beginner's version maybe only don't put up more than 6 balls, right? Or just 4 balls, one there, another one there and there. So the level of difficulty you can choose. It's up to you. So if we go for this one, because here I got it in this test brochure also, you can see this these drills over here exactly. I will put in the screen so you can see those pictures, how they look like. This is the first version, and you see this time it's not only about direction, about speed, about potting ability or patterns, right? Because in the previous exercises, in the previous tutorials, we all had them separately. One time we only take a look at speed shots on a certain degree, on speed shots, on follow and draw. We had direct directions, I call, right? We know where the follow and the draw shot goes on 0 degrees on a straight shot, but where does it go, a follow and a draw, on 10 degrees, on 20 and 30, and all of that. And also we had the reference lines. Then we had also drills where the direction was the main thing, remember? Also the center field drills. And now we are coming to drills which are really positional drills where everything is involved. You need some potting ability, you need some knowledge of direction where the cue ball goes exactly, and the speed feeling for it, right? To get a good position, the direction not only helps you, you need the right speed. If you catch the right speed and the direction is not good, the position is not working, right? And of course you have to pot the ball. And the pattern aspect is basically if you go direct way or if you go further this rail, or so which way you're going to choose. And in open games like 8 ball or straight pool, which ball I'm going to choose, right? So that's the pattern aspect. So we have only 4 aspects, and now we are coming slowly. We want to make the switch from the single parts now into position drills where all 4 parts starting to work together before we make the next step into the game, basically. Okay, let's have a look, especially on this drill in the next scene. So let's have a look then at this little drill. In the beginning, ball in hand. The odd numbers only in this pocket and the even numbers only in that pocket. So if we give some angle, 10 or 20 degrees, we know the tangent line out of our previous tutorials, we know tangent line over there, so we might scratch. So it's our choice to go a little bit higher, maybe some left side spin to come out of the rail over here, or to go a little bit more low, like a backslide, to hit the rail or without hitting the rail. But I like to prefer to go a little bit more low than backslide, almost a draw shot, and then I get approximately this direction. And then it's a matter of speed if you get this or that kind of angle, right? And of course I try to get this because then I still have some tolerance on the other end, okay? So, and that's all we know from our previous tutorials, right? So, not as low as I wanted to, but if we have that angle, then I pretty much know from experience, this is close to our latest reference line, I can expect the cue ball coming out almost straight. I mean, I go not that high, so then I will gonna pass that 4 ball. So I don't need to draw it back, actually. A lot of speed, actually, way more than I wanted to. So anyhow, what do we have here is very thin ball. It's like probably 50 degrees, maybe 60. And then a lot of speed remains on the cue ball, so I have to draw it, right? Get the speed out of it. Where is the tangent line? The tangent line is approximately, always you have it like this. So 90 degrees on that one, so that goes over there. So I can not overdraw it, otherwise I might scratch, but yeah, no danger here. So very thin, very low. And then if I cheat the pocket, I can, yeah, this was probably maximum there to keep that position. But if you make a mistake, remember, you just set it up again, try the same shot to find out if it's possible or not. If it's not possible, you set up the ball before and try to get a better position. That's always better to continue where you made the latest mistake, to make it clean, better than starting always from beginning, right? Because if you always start from beginning, you practice the beginning more often than the end of the drill or the middle part. So, but here we are fine. And now I have like a 10-degree shot, even a little less I would say so. So I can draw it. It's not a straight draw because we got a 10 degrees. Remember, where does a 10-degree draw shot go? So I can easily hold it near the center. And with the draw shot number 3 or 4, you remember also that speed drill we had in the beginning, then I can also get the right feeling, okay, if I practiced it before. And now on this one, we got like a 25-degree shot. So the tangent line goes already here. So it's going up over here probably, so I go lower than the tangent line, get that outcome, and near the center, you remember our center field drills, will be fine. Now we got only a 10-degree shot, so, and I still need to go near the tangent line, which is again here. So I have to go a little bit lower, harder also, because to go back near the center field again. Then, if I would come up here, then I could choose the 60-degree reference line, but here it is just, again, you remember the center field drill, but here I go a little harder and put left side spin on it, because natural outcome would be like here, stop shot would be like here, stop shot +1, +2 tip sizes of spin brings me closer to the 8. Near the long rail. But when you miss it, remember, you don't start already from beginning. You just repeat the last shot, and then otherwise you practice only the beginning, so you practice also the end. Okay? So let's have a look now at the other reference. I set it up again for you because, I give you another example. Let's pretend we have made those first 2 or let's say 3 balls already. And because I always had positions on this side, right? And I didn't catch this kind of version, you know, when you have this angle. Then, because especially this version gives you a nice example for the reference line where we had in our tutorial number 12, where the cue ball always comes back to its starting point, right? So when I shoot this ball, where does the cue ball go? I know from our experience, without spin, it goes this direction. So I can expect it to come over there. That means I can choose lower speed to get this angle again on the 5, or a little harder speed to get that other angle. But that's what I get on natural direction. So, and that's why I call, you see, in this direction, that's why I call them reference drills. Because those two drill versions, this one and the other one, will contain all the 5 reference lines we had, and therefore you won't forget them. Because, yeah, that's the main thing about it, right? And if this one would, for example, would roll a little more this way, I would be perfect in the last reference line we had. Now it's a little bit outside, but this is not bad. From here, I know it goes automatically straight, comes back out straight. So from this angle, which is a little bit more outside, I can expect it to come back maybe over here. A little bit more over there, sorry. So I need only one tip size. If this is the natural outcome, then just one tip size will bring me near that diamond, and of course softer speed. I can also go 2 tip sizes to go in this direction and stop it, for example, over there. So all these references we had before are in effect in these kind of drills. Now we are pretty much out of it because this is like a 5-degree shot, not much of an angle, so you have to go for a position like this, unless you want to pull out something very exotic. But anyhow, we go for the next version in the next scene. So this is the other version, right? Which, well, it's one of the drills. They became very popular. I remember in the 80s we had only drills where you have to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe around the corner. So one ball after another. And these kind of drills were the first ones I saw where you go from one table up down to the other half of the table. And now we have countless versions of these kind of position drills, and they are all good, of course. But those two especially fit pretty good with the reference lines I explained before. So the start is, this time I got 2 pockets over there and both pockets over there too. And the starting point can be pretty much the same like the drill before, or I can choose maybe only 10 degrees of an angle to make the ball easier and stay with the cue ball on this side. Could have been a little bit more, a draw shot number 4 instead of a draw shot number 3, right? But anyhow, I still have now this outcome here from this reference line, remember? So I see, without any spin, I come into this direction. So I can put some spin into it, left side, and make it shorter and come over there for the 3 ball. Or, if I know it comes exactly there, which is fine, then I already have position, right? I can put some inside spin even in it to avoid even the contact with the long rail, but would be a lot. So let's just play it naturally without any spin and see how accurate it will come. See, into the direction from its starting point. Of course softer, because this position is quite acceptable, isn't it? And if you remember this reference line here, if I'd come from there, it would be the double square reference. Now I'm outside of the double square, a little bit here, so from here I can expect the cue ball coming straight out of it. So this one will probably go into this rail, or it will probably end up near the rail over here. And that's what you always have to avoid here, okay? You don't want to have the cue ball here. Here maybe it's quite acceptable, but imagine if you have a straight shot frozen to the rail, right? So if you see that it will end up near the rail, I personally decide to go for maybe a tip size, because this, if it's here on the rail, a tip size of spin would already be like this, staying on the middle part on this first diamond there. I mean this diamond. I prefer this diamond line, okay, for position. And then I get, again, something near this reference line again, this double square, which again I have the same angle like before. So I can basically do the same thing here. Just a little inside to stay away from the long rail. This time maybe slightly harder because you don't want to shoot from here, right? Then we cross the center line. And then, again, now here's the double square. I'm a little bit outside on the other side. So naturally I can expect the cue ball maybe touch slightly the 7 ball, or if not, it would come like this. So here in this case, I would just play more center instead of high to avoid the contact with the 7. And then with the center, I won't get this, I would get more like this outcome. So that's almost natural. Maybe I shoot a little bit too hard. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, that's an interesting shot. Okay, we take care of it. I leave it like it is because I like to mark it. And we take care of it, and the eventual repeating, we don't know yet, in the next scene. But that's interesting. So I didn't touch anything. And yeah, if you do this and that, and then you mark it a little bit, okay? Then just slightly, then you can repeat interesting situations, right? Especially if they are borderline situations like this, because, yeah, it's hard to say. Is it possible to make the ball and hold the cue ball? Well, the tangent line, if you take a look at this, here's the point where they meet, and when you go 90 degrees here, you got a tangent line almost in the corner pocket. So if I draw, I can still end up on that side, and the draw goes against the natural roll from the cue ball, and that might be the only chance I have to keep the position here. But we have to try that, and that's why it's recommendable to mark them so you can repeat them a few times. Better than starting from beginning all the time, right? So let's give it a try. Oh, it almost dropped. So at least we see it's possible, right? But it calls, right, for another try almost. All right. Okay, so and then we can continue from there. Sometimes some players see it also wrong. They see the cue ball over there, which would be okay probably for a natural roll, but then you can't hold the cue ball. It might end up here in the side pocket. But anyhow, what do we have here? What kind of case? This would be a nice reference line, but here we are very close. If you see that spot, that's a 45-degree reference. And a 45-degree reference, remember that, goes off from the tangent line, 1 diamond. So I'm gonna go close to that corner pocket to scratch. I can keep the direction and just try to get the right speed, or I can give slightly spin on the right to catch that rail, which would be maybe only a half tip size. Remember, if this is natural, one tip size would end up there, half tip size gives me there. And here, because it's frozen, it's always the principle of, do I hit the ball or the cushion first? Ball first, then the rotation takes grip. If it's cushion first, then no action. So either way, if I hit the rail first, in case I hit a rail first, I will play with the kind of speed that it stays maybe in front of the pocket. So I can just go naturally. Could have been a little bit harder. I was afraid that it goes down there, you see. But anyhow, if the angle would have been more flat, I could have gone more for... So here we are on the 8 again. I missed it on the first try, imagine. But it's not so important anyway, right? But maybe one interesting aspect is if you go for a natural roll here, it would not go straight. That you can play like a stop shot, of course. But a thin cut like that as a stop shot, not so many players would like to go for it. Makes it a little bit difficult, but it's possible. Then the cue ball stays on the center line. If you let it roll from 45 degrees, we know it goes like, from the 45-degree reference line, it goes like one diamond off on a half table length, so there might be a danger of scratch over there. But from 60 degrees, like this, then it might be only a half diamond off, so that's a one diamond there. There might be a danger of scratch over there, on the other hand. So a lot of players, when they're standing at a ball like that, they question themselves how to play that the best way. And there's always some danger left. Either way, this or that. But probably most players would play it with a lot of right side spin. In case they hit rail first, it has enough speed that it won't scratch there, somewhere ending over there. And after that, because of the spin, there's no danger of scratching. In case I hit the ball first and then the rail, you can imagine, okay, natural over there, one tip size over there, two tip sizes there, so it's maximum tip sizes I can still get here. So either way, if I hit rail first or ball first, it should be kind of safe. So that's why probably most players would try with a lot of right side spin here. You see, I still get this, still miss that ball. So you try again, like you do when you are in training, to get the experience. You see, it's almost easy, and then there's almost no way to scratch. But you have to make yourself familiar with it. But what's still more important is, in this kind of drill, you got all the other, let's say, references in it. Also this reference, which we had, I guess, in the beginning. When you play that ball, it ends up at that diamond. And this was consistent from here to there. We have the other reference line when you go here. So all those reference lines we had are, sometimes they show up, more than sometimes. Very often, at least one of them, right? Either one, this or that. And so these reference drills, these versions, will help you not to forget those reference lines and make yourself familiar with it, so that in an actual match they become so familiar you don't even have to think about them. They will come, you will see automatically how they come up. So, of course, there are also more difficult versions available. If you put maybe some version here, I don't put out all the balls here, and maybe some balls over there, right? Maybe 5 of them here, 5 of them there, and then you got 5 balls left. You can even make a version like this, right? And then going up and down the table without hitting them. You can put like 7 balls on the left, 7 on the right, and only 1 in the middle. Or only 4 balls, 2 here and 2 there for beginners. So you can choose the way of difficulty here, and hope you like that. Please check it out. And yeah, don't forget, the whole program is in this book here, structure book, which you can order also by email from me personally. You got some testing drills also on this, which is included, or some other book as well. This one is even new now on the market. It's a little novel. And yeah, this is Ralph Eckert for Billiard Network, and I welcome you for the next tutorial soon.